Okay. Yeah. And okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Okay. And here we are for episode 9 of the Mentally Advanced series.
Hey there, Chuckles.
Oh, hi Twilight.
What exactly are you doing with all these pigeons?
I'm trying to figure out which way is north so I can get back to Ponyville through the northward route. I'm worried I got too far west and I screwed it all up.
Why are you doing that?
It's winter wrap-up, silly. The time when all the ponies work together to turn winter into spring. You plant flowers and get rid of the snow and help all the birds migrate.
I mean, pigeons aren't migratory birds. Why the heck are you helping them migrate?
Shoot. Seriously? Man, that could have saved like 2 weeks.
Yeah, in fact, most birds can survive the cold. You just have to put food out and make some shelters. Canterlot doesn't even do a bird migration.
Well, you don't have Pegasi to fly for the trip.
All we've got is high magic and the best logistical planning tax money can buy.
Gah, who needs planning when you got the fastest Pegasus in the whole world? I just do it so quick that everybody looks at their schedule and they're like, wow, that was faster than I thought planned for.
You're an idiot. Where's the team that zaps the snow away? That's what I usually do.
But we don't zap the snow away. Ponyville used to be Earth Pony only, and they haven't gotten rid of a bunch of the old religious laws, so we can't use magic. We just have to shovel it all.
But ponies died following those traditions.
Applejack says that is a point of pride.
Damn it, who is in charge?
I'm in charge of the Pegasus Division. See, because there's lots of extra responsibilities and no salary, so everyone just puts the name in the hat. But I kind of like being in charge of this, so I put my name in the hat lots of times.
This sounds catastrophically stupid. How does Ponyville not implode this time of year?
Well, of course it's because we do everything natural in the Earth Pony way, but with a little help from Pegasus stuff.
It's not natural. The whole process is completely unnatural. It's forcing the seasons to change.
Oh, Twilight, have you been hanging around Fluttershy? There's nothing unnatural about subjugating very little animals. Here, let me sing a song for you. On an annual occasion, between the tax evasion, the higher-ups will hire us to clean the snowy nation. We gather up the birdies, and even though they're dirty, we usher all the vermin back to town where they can scurry. We go into the caves where we hope the birds behave, and we prod them with the stick until they wake up mad and dazed. Of course, you can't forget the bugs, where they love to eat the rugs, and you've got to go to garden and say good morning to the grubs.
Sash, this is really nothing but a puerile hoax. Studies show that species don't respect these jokes. They can work around whatever plans we make. I think you're simply lost on what is found at stake. You mentioned you don't get any wages, but did you know that there's a committee that takes federal funds and then pays provincial taxes on the profits? I don't suppose you know about pork barrel politics.
Applejack's the one who deals with pigs. But I know that every year all the birds come home. The little ones will sing their pretty songs, and then a hawk will eat their moms. And I guess that is pretty sad, but it's cool, 'cause hawks are cool.
Okay, I feel like we're coming from two totally separate lines of thinking. What I was getting at was not that this is cool, but rather that it's a great big bureaucratic mess that requires a ton of oversight. You shouldn't be in charge just because nobody else wanted to be, and especially not if it's so you can watch hawks eat little birds. If you look at the budgeting and past all the mudslinging, you find little reasons behind the face publishing, but setting aside the sinecure politics of insecure idiots or lugubrious lunatics, there's an optimal level of offering aid for these little creatures that calls to be weighed. Basically, you can screw up their ecosystem something fierce.
Well, the birdies and the bears are made of pretty rough, tough stuff. I think they barely notice if we screwed things up. That's the core convenience of our natural, or whatever is the meaning that I meant to sell. I haven't heard the reason why we have the snows. Maybe there's a chance no pony knows. But I think it's most important is that we get things done. And that we get done early, because this isn't fun. Last year I got frostbite from my head to my butt, and I cried, and they wouldn't let me off early because they thought I was faking. Really, it was because Tuba Sunbather blew off his job moving his cloud, so I took over and got all wet without the special jackets that you need. Now, I try to be nice and everything, but I got all up on his case, and he said he'd make it up to me. Like, he'd buy an ice cream cone for me for the spring, but he never did. Maybe he thought I'd forget, but I didn't, frostbite. I went to the doctor and everything. That was a really harsh lesson. I'm never gonna do that again. It wasn't like that in Cloudsdale. Everyone was more aware of the weather, you know.
So what I hear you saying is that the picture you're portraying is administrative messes and a schedule that oppresses you. Get zero compensation, not allowed with innovation, and the working that you do is widely free of vindication.
I would say that's pretty stable, and you're grasping what you're able. The seasonal employment isn't much to my enjoyment, but I'm trapped within the system by a certain lack of wisdom, and I'd make a break if I could just be free from obligation.
If that's the way things are, then I guess I'll go as far, and I'll leave you to your labor before I let it get too far. I thought of taking over, but I dropped my damn composure, and it isn't worth the time if there isn't much exposure.
Okay, Twilight. Well, you have a good day, I guess. I'll just stay here and deal with all these pigeons.
Great. If Applejack asks, I'm busting my ass shoveling snow.
She's probably way too busy to find you.
Good.
God, that's funny.
Hey, Applebloom. After today's lesson, I couldn't help but notice your blank.
Yeah, and which lesson was this, Diamond Tiara? Miss Cherylee has the tendency to lose herself in personal anecdotes. She got halfway into the story about how she learned she lived assessing the worth of a child's intelligence through arbitrary percentile systems, and after that I started doodling.
Today we learned that blank flanks have no value to society because the mark on your butt dictates your future job. That is what we learned, Diamond Tiara, but Applebloom didn't learn, so that means you have an advantage.
Well, actually, I did know that. It's common knowledge. Anyway, it ain't true that you don't have no value to society. Mark Butlis works on the farm carting stuff around, and we pay him. Saves us a heap of trouble.
He carts manure, and he's ugly. And he smells like manure. He lives honestly and within his means, like some kind of animal.
He don't get run nearly as hard as my brother Big Mac, and my brother do got his cutie mark. Granny and AJ get him so beat that some nights all he does is lock himself in the barn with his friends and groan in agony. I figure it's about how much you speak up as to how you get respect.
Applebloom, we're trying to bully you. You're not supposed to assess what we're saying as though it's thoughtful advice.
Oh, is that what y'all are doing? Heck, y'all could get some lessons. Are y'all going for physical or emotional?
Are we what?
I'm asking if y'all want to wrestle, or if y'all want to take turns verbally burning eternal shame into one another. Cause either way, I've been raised by my siblings and one cantankerous old lady. So if you want to go, I'll butt the two of you so deep in the ground that Mesozoic fossils will have to charge you for real estate. You'll go home with the profound understanding of how foolish and mortal your daddy was to send y'all to public school. I'm not old enough to understand restraint, and I will become death on a cherub's wings unto your every sense of self-worth.
On second thought, are you still friends with Twist? Maybe we'll try bullying her instead.
Her? Nah. She said her favorite member of the back sink Jonas direction was Sweet Hustle. When everybody knows the cutest boy is Banana Pudding, that was just about the last straw right there. We ain't friends.
Oh, everybody knows the boy band hierarchy. It's basically like tired. It's tired how much people realize that we all know the boy band hierarchy. I don't even really like boy bands, but I know that society expects me to because of my gender and age. So I just follow the rules, and Diamond Tiara likes them.
I know, right? We all make sacrifices to listen to these boy bands that none of us actually enjoy.
It is the burden of the preteen girl, and Twist has failed. Hey, do you want to come to my cute Sonera today?
Heck yes, I do. Honestly, about that death on Cherub's Wing stuff, I was just talking. That's how AJ gives it to the sheep when they get her riled up, but she said I'm not supposed to repeat it, so don't tell her I said those things. Especially that part about your butt.
No, it's cool. Daddy says I might need an enforcer someday. See you at the party.
Applebloom, allow me to extend introductory greetings. As like all ponies, I am unaware that time has been forcibly relocated to obfuscate the terms of a contract.
Hey.
Yes, as is normal. My poor sense of casuality leaves me apparently baffled, able to write off my perceptions as deja vu.
Yeah, you're Sweetie Belle, right? You're that girl that's always getting hassled because she gets C's and everything?
My grades are very average. I respond to this with despair, but do nothing to improve like the other children. And my name is Thrakkerzai. It is the closest utterance to that which can be heard in the tune of a tin flute, where only dreams reside. Sweetie Belle is my given name. I do not go by that name except around my parents, or when visiting relatives. So, now that we are friends on the childish basis that we have made verbal contact with one another, I would like to note concern regarding your previous discussion about cutie marks.
Please don't tell Miss Charlie that I used the F word. That kind of thing always turns into a double punishment. First, Granny makes it so I can't sit down for a week, then in detention they tell me to sit for a week.
I have heard words which cause the skin to burn from the very bones of mortals. But, like a normal pony, I am shocked and appalled at the F-bomb, because I am intended to, but I am otherwise unaffected. I was referring to the concern
Really?
of not having cutie marks. You see, I, too, lack a cutie mark. It occurs to me now, we are 2 of 3 who stand out in this regard.
Huh. When you put it that way, it do sound like a fault. I mean, bullies will pick on you for anything, but as a random gal with no history of trouble, y'all do get me worried. On top of that, it occurs to me now that Twist has her cutie mark and I don't. And I sure don't want to be less successful than Twist.
It is fine. As a group, we shall blend in and no longer be awkward. I propose we approach Scootaloo and assimilate her to our purpose.
Or, y'all could come with me to the farm, and we could get a cutie mark.
Hey there, baby. I see you did something nice with your hair today. It looks good. Same thing I do every day, Scootaloo.
Well, it looks good every day.
Ooh, I don't see what's so wrong by having an apple cutie mark. It's a perfectly good cutie mark. Hey, Scootaloo, you want to join our group?
Baby, you know I do. Anytime, anywhere, Scootaloo is at your beck and call.
Cool. So, now we got a group based on not having cutie marks. What do we call ourselves?
Blank Bottom Girls.
Cutie Mark Crusaders.
The Tango Trio.
Cramming for cutie marks.
Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Blank Finders.
Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Well, who are we crusading against?
Your mom.
My mom is dead.
Oh god, that was fucking perfect. Who are we crusading against? Your mom.
Alright. Any minute now. Just stay focused on this thing and it's gonna come to us.
Apple Bloom, I appreciate what you are trying to do, but I do not think it will work. Additionally, I do not want a cutie mark in apples.
Oh, come on. Apple ain't a bad talent. My sister got good at kicking trees because of hers, and by extension, she's good at kicking everything.
Let's just unite with Scootaloo.
I don't know. I don't think she has parents, and she doesn't grow up on like a traditional family unit like I do, so...
Are you implying she conveniently began existing earlier today after your conversation with Diamond Tiara? It is preposterous. All normal ponies have parents.
I just don't see how Scootaloo's gonna help us get our cutie marks.
Is this really about cutie marks? Because I thought it was about avoiding the feeling that you were a social outcast.
Gosh, this is an awkward social situation. Alright, we'll go for numbers. My mom is dead.
Oh. See you next video. I am a normal pony, and such require normal things. I love Thrakkerzon as much as I love Sweetie Bop from Friendship is Witchcraft.